Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 2, Crystal Souls. I had hoped to rest up and regain a few spell points, but we got interrupted by monsters. They're just goblins, though. I'm pretty sure we can take them. Ooh, goblins and also goblin fighters. Seems the goblins are getting a bit of training. Or something. Not good enough so far. Also, it's too bad that even though we get this neat new battle terrain, it's really hard to see things against the backdrop of the road. Very nicely done, Scorn. I almost miss the dark outlines for characters that we had in the previous game. Leather great helm. That could be okay for someone. As much as this game's graphics appear a little bit cleaner without that outline, it does make some things a little harder to see. Oh crap, this group has an Aranea. And I can be webbed from afar. Lovely. Let's try to clean a couple of them up with fireballs. Okay, is one of you the Aranea? Giant spider. Where is the spellcaster? Spellcaster's way up here. Okay. Right. More when we need heals. More when we're about to need more heals. And I also need more arrows. Let's give somebody a haste. Owie. Well, that was okay. Nice. I gave Trouble the frail attribute to balance out the ambidextrous, and I hope that wasn't a mistake. This is a fairly successful farming area. Long, orderly rows of mushrooms surround you. Crude stone homes are visible among the hills and stalagmites of the cave floor. Oh, speaking of stone homes, here's a somewhat larger estate. A simple carved stone message, Gunston Homestead. And here we've got another tiny map. So yes, I've considered trying to edit some of the graphics in this game to my liking. But when I tried editing some of the character graphics this time, I couldn't get any results that didn't end up just glitching in the game. And I don't know how to fix it. Anyway, you're at the front gate of a large farm. Pens for animals are to the east, a farmhouse is to the west, and a tunnel leads into the cave wall to the northeast. Looks like somebody's farming some giant lizards. And some cows. A cow stares at you with big, sad, pink eyes. Might be an albino cow. Or a rather sickly cow. Moo. Moo, I say moo. Hehehe. Hello, person. A radiant, red-headed woman, maybe in her very early 20s, is running various farm errands. She has many small scars on her hands and arms, which show up well against the translucent white skin. We don't get many visitors from far away. Welcome, my name is Jasmine. Nicholas and I work for Tor and Carol. It's their farm. I watch the livestock, and he works the mushrooms. Nicholas looks after our mushroom patches. There's a bunch of them to the south. Growing mushrooms is a lot of work down here, even though there's no weeds. And work is the same as job, apparently. That makes sense. This is the biggest homestead around here. Tor and Carol look after the other farms, organize, that sort of thing. Nicholas and I just work for them. They're good to work for. They've just been under a lot of strain because of the salamanders. Oh, that sounds interesting. They're down in the larder, and they're dangerous. We can't get them out. You should talk to Tor about it. Editing Sarah here. I forgot to ask Jasmine about livestock. She looks sadly at the scars on her hands. It's sad work. The cows are always sickly and sad. And they're better than those lizards. Those nasty cretins will take your hand off if you let them. But where else can we get meat? A narrow passage slopes steeply down to the east. The air down there is stuffy and dank. And I think I see some bloodstains on the ground? Yep, bloody ground. I think that might be where the salamander is. Let's hold off a little on that. I like that we're seeing different skin tones on a few more of the sprites this time. You meet a pale young man. He wears a studious, harried expression and carries a basket of mushrooms. You must be Nicholas. He nods, not setting down the mushrooms. I'm Nicholas. I look after the mushroom patches. I bet you think it's easy. It's hard work. Bats fly down and munch on them. The fungus light is barely sufficient. Stray lizards eat them. And I have 2 patches to look after outside the farm. They're each half a mile long. He sighs and looks embarrassed. You probably think I'm being whiny. Sorry about that. It's just that we're having a problem with some salamanders. Never had problems like that in Kotra. You should talk to Tor about it. He's looking to hire someone to get rid of them. I probably like doing things for money. Jasmine and I are from Kotra, way south of here. Ever been? It's one of the 6 cities. Sort of out of the way, but a good place. Yeah, we've seen Kotra in the previous game, and seems pretty nice. I do believe we saw some Empire activity on the map near there, so I hope they're doing okay. Oh yeah, we should go find this Tor fella. Seems like he's in charge of these parts. A dour, well-worn man sits at the end of the table pondering. A heavy blade hangs at his side. He nods. My name's Tor. Welcome to the Gunston homestead. I run this place with my lady. I also help the other farmers when I can. I used to work at the fort, but I haven't done any of that for a long time. I used to work at Fort Exile. I gave weapons and stuff to the new arrivals. Everyone who arrived from the surface world went by me. I gave him a knife, food, and directions. Without my stuff, nobody would have lived long. Of course, the Empire stopped sending people down. Fort Exile shut down, and I left the army. Oh well, what can you do? Yeah, this is the same Tor that we met way back at the beginning of the first game. Very neat to see returning characters like this. Since I was a soldier, I was a natural to help the other farmers organize and stuff when the Nephilim attacks started. Haven't done it much lately, though, because of those damn salamanders. Nephilim. They haven't given us a moment's peace since they built that fort to the north. And his lady is Carol. She's the healer for these parts. I don't know about that. I don't know about healing, I just farm. So about those salamanders everyone is talking about. He shakes his head. Not long ago, a mated pair of salamanders broke in here. We tried to drive them out, but they hid in our larder, and we can't get them out. They're eating our stores. Kill 'em, and I'll reward you best I can. Sounds good, my man. You meet a tall, striking woman with short, dark hair. She grinds something up with a mortar and pestle as she talks to you. I'm Carol, of the Hamer clan. Welcome to our humble household. Hey, we've met Carol before too. She was in Fort Duvno. I and my husband watch out for our farm, and for the farms around here. I'm a healer, you see. I can help you too if you like. Thanks, but I don't need any healing right now. 2 salamanders are holed up in our larder. Talk to Tor about it. He'll tell you how it happened. Okay. Husband, farm. Tor, we run this farm together. It's been a lot of work because of the salamanders. And Carol doesn't actually have a whole lot to say, though is potentially useful if you need heals. And I'm not going to mess about in the livestock pens, but I am going to take a save before we investigate the salamanders. For those of you not up on your mythology, salamanders tend to be lizards who either are made of, live in, or possibly breathe fire. That's a red lizard, and that looks to be some fire surrounding him. And our Slith characters are not particularly fireproof. And Trouble is still out of arrows, so he might be a little useless this time. Let's see, I don't have any good non-fire direct attack spells. Weak Summon is probably going to get something that won't deal well with the flame clouds. Could put in a Stinking Cloud. Morwen should be quite useful because she can toss out Wound from a couple squares away. This could be very painful indeed. Okay, so sometimes the Stinking Cloud takes precedence and sometimes it does not. That's a little annoying, but both salamanders are cursed. Ow, come on. Stop that. Thank you for stopping that. And let's get everyone out of the fire. Okay, I just wanted to give it a couple of turns there to let the fire disappear. Ooh, look! We can pick up bones! Hey, Tori, your salamanders are dead. Also, ow. Thanks for your help. I got something for you. We in the Gunston house remembers those that help us. He disappears into the next room and returns with a delicate necklace for you. This'll turn many a blow away. Why, thank you, sir. I get a necklace. But I do not yet know what it is. Rats. This seems a safe enough nook to do some rest. Excellent. We've got a whole pile of unidentified stuff. So I'm thinking we follow the road here to Formello. So nice to have a road instead of just getting lost in the caves and... Oh. The road ends abruptly here. Construction materials are still strewn about. Okay then, cave exploring it is. So I mentioned earlier having some trouble editing graphics for this game. It looked great in my graphics editor, and looked fine in ResEdit, but just glitches out in the game proper. It's really a shame I don't get to show those sprites off in-game. Maybe I should make a Patreon page for showing off some art. Or I could potentially add it to the Ko-fi page. Still learning how all of that works. Like or comment below if that's something you might be interested in. You pass a guard post. You see from here a huge cavern with a high arching ceiling. The glowing fungus on the ceiling is brighter here than in most places, revealing many small farms with grazing lizards and neat rows of edible mushrooms. How lovely. So yeah. Got to explore the area before we enter Formello proper. And we find basically nothing of interest over here. But it looks like we have a new town graphic for Formello. And we found the city trash pit. Oh. And we found a locked door. Can we get in here? Pick breaks. Probably not so easy then. And here's another establishment that's made it through 2 games now. Jen and Ken's Stockyard. Fine provisions of all sorts. You meet a tired-looking woman in her 30s. Her pale face shows more age than it should for her years. Her years in exile have not been easy on her. My name's Jen. Welcome to our shop. We sell rations here. Not much food coming in, what with the barrier and all. Still, we try to give people a fair price. Our rations aren't too cheap, what with things the way they are. She shrugs. Not much I can do about it. I'm just a humble servant of the people. Let me know if you want to buy something. Oddly enough, Ken and Jen's rations are much more reasonably priced now than they were 5 years ago in universe. So I'll support them a little bit. Hello, cows. Moo. Moo. Just moo. You know, I haven't talked to the generic guard yet. You see a guard wearing heavily used armor. Can't talk. On duty. Okay then. Hello, lizards. The lizard eyes you hungrily. And is another character with only one line of dialogue. You meet a tall, rugged, middle-aged man. He has long blonde hair, a lizard skin jerkin, and many scars on his hands and arms. Call me Ken. Watch out for the lizards. He dodges a giant lizard who is trying to bite his foot off. I raise the lizards. He kicks the lizard in the face. It backs away, ready for another go. Before I got exiled, I raised pigs. I liked them. They didn't always try to kill you. But this isn't the surface. You do what's necessary. We raise what we can. All we have down here are sickly cows and vicious lizards. We make do with what we can. Yep, keep on keeping on, Ken. Oh no, I've let the cows in. This wood sign has only a painting of a blue flask. A tall, gangly man grinds up fungus behind the counter. He is surrounded by bundles and bunches of mold and mushrooms. Welcome to my shop. My name is Stoppard. I have a wide variety of potions which you can purchase. I also carry a few missiles on the side. Also, you can sell me anything. I've had to be versatile lately. What with the war with the Empire, the soldiers and mercenaries have many needs. I fill them as best I can. Have to earn my keep. I am in need of... Aha! So asking about missiles basically just takes me straight to the buy screen. We've got weak curing, weak healing, weak energy, strength. Magic darts could be worthwhile. Or throwing knives. I read somewhere that the throwing weapons skill may have been fixed in this game. I never trusted it after Exile 1. But anyway, arrows are cheap. The cool thing about using ranged weapons in this game compared to the last one? Ammo stacks combine! That's right, you no longer need to carry around 3 separate bunches of the same ammo. Now you can carry one big pile of it. I love those little quality of life improvements. A brass plaque. Townsend the Alchemist. Sage advice available. Considering the unpleasantness of the food down here, it's amazing that this man managed to get so corpulent. He stares at you greasily from across the counter. I am Townsend the Sage. How may I help you? He studies your possessions with a practiced eye. I see you've been doing some looting. I can identify your items for a small fee. I am also an alchemist of some skill. I'm out of potions, but I have recipes for sale. I know recipes for poisons of weak and medium strength. You may purchase them if you wish. However, both recipes require toadstools, which are scarce these days, just so you know. Could buy them, but alchemy and particularly poisons are not worthwhile for me right now. And let's see what we can get identified. Ivory charm. Another iron-studded armor. Bronze helm. Bronze broadsword. Stone axe is a bit crap. Crude shield. Lovely. So far I'm not picking up anything cursed, and I'm picking up relatively few good items. Aw, out of gold. Welp. I guess I'm gonna have to sell a few things and probably go beat up some more monsters. So, I'll take care of a little business off screen, and next time, we should probably go and actually deal with those Nephilim that we've been asked to. Have a good one, everybody.